Hi all and welcome back to Nick Moreau Abstracts, and tonight I'm just going to do a simple reflection swipe again. It's in the monochrome colours, which are going to be very in at the moment. I've been using all sorts of blacks, greys. I've mixed my own pewter greys up, or gunmetal greys. I'm just going to swipe through a 50, like a half reflection swipe, one of my signature ones. And this is a 40 by 16-inch canvas for a customer. So you see me, I done a large one the other day. Couldn't film that one, so I thought I'd just show you quickly. I've prepped the canvas with opaque. I've used the 11 this time with the high velocity Peebo. So it's on a 50-50 mix. With the liquid pour medium, tiny bit of water to cover, and you see me use that with just palette knife and use the squidgy, the car squidgy, to get it all nice and even as we can. So that's that. So we're just going to put, as you see me do, I'll just put a little bit of a guideline just halfway across where I can run my colours into. So just using a wooden mixing spoon there, just to hollow out. It holds the colours deeper, gets some more colours in. It really works well with this reflection swipe. And now I've poured obviously into the smaller cups. And we're going to start about halfway, which is about here. You can measure, but here, here, and here. And just choose the colour palettes, whichever you do. I'm going to go with the Mars Black first. Mars Black. We're going to swipe up first. Metallic. I'm going to go with some metallic silver next. That's metallic silver. The gunmetal grey, which I've mixed up myself. So different tones, cold tones or monochrome colours. The opaque grey, Peebo again. That was quite a flat colour, that one, but I've also mixed a tiny piece of the pearl white into that, just to give it a bit of life, so it's not quite so flat. Want some nice metallic colours in this. And then just choose your colour scheme again. I might go with a bit more black. And some metallic silver. And I might just finish off now with the opaque grey. And then repeat the colours the other side. So your metallic silver. Gunmetal grey, metallic. Your opaque. So I hope you're doing okay in lockdown here. Week 15, I think it's week 15. Hope you're all keeping safe. Things are definitely looking a bit brighter across the world now. We've gone to level 3 now. So it's definitely looking a bit brighter. More the silver. And some opaque. Just put them out of the way and we're going to swipe now. And now I've got some pearl white I've mixed this quite runny, this one. It's the pearl white on a 50-50, but I'm just going to run that through and swipe that through. Just give it some more highlights, just on the bottom edge. Just a fine line across the bottom of them colours. That's fine. So now, I've got all my kitchen roll prepared. I've cut them down quite small, I guess about 6 inch, 7 inches. It's not a large canvas. And again, we just literally spray the bottom edge, about 1 inch. Just spray the bottom. And that way it'll grab the paints. So we'll start in the middle there and just lay that across. Make sure you grab all the colours. And just watch it. You'll watch it take the colours up. Nice and smoothly through. So nice and slow. Let the paint do the work. That's fine, you've got some different tones there, as you can see. So these monochrome colours are going to be really in this year. And again, use a new bit of tissue. I always use a new piece every time. And say, just let that work. So I prefer to swipe up for myself. Some people swipe down. That's just whatever you're comfortable with. I just prefer swiping away from myself. So nice and gentle. If you go too fast, you'll pull too much paint. You'll pull too much paint off, and you won't get the effect you're looking for. So again, lay it on. So pull nice and steady. And just need a smaller one for the edge there. Pull through. So the PBO metallic silver. It's probably one of my favourite colours. Use it from the grey tones. It's got such a sheen to it. Again, just repeat the process the other side. So just take your time. So you're getting all the different tones there with the grey, the gunmetal, which is a Mars black, mixed with a bit of pearl, mixes up with a tiny bit of grey in it as well, and just trying to create the gunmetal, different variations of colours, the tones. and just try and create whatever you want with the colours. But these colours are going to be really in this year. It's really nice. And you'll get some natural lacing up here, which you can probably see here. Some natural lacing coming through. Just that bottom one. So you can cut a tissue that size. Some of the white will come through as well. But adding that pearl makes a big difference. So I might just add a bit of bolder black just through that. So don't be scared to add some more. I want the black to be quite striking. Got some smaller ones cut down, ready for this. And again, I've cut it down to the size of about the stripes we're using. Just try and bring up some of that black in a bit heavier. As you can see, it's coming through there. And that's made the black a bit heavier, just there. And again, I might just add a bit more black here. And so just keep playing around until you're happy. So don't be scared to go back in with a second swipe or even a third swipe until you're happy. I just want that black to be a bit bolder. As you can see, it's coming through nicely there. I want to get finer, more feathery towards the edge. And that's a lot better. As you can see, all your tones are in there. Try to straighten this camera up a little bit. Excuse my camera. So I can see that better. That's better. Camera stand's playing up a little bit. So once I've got the wet base coat in there, I tend to swipe away from myself. So I have a good idea to turn that round. So you can swipe, it's whatever you prefer. Just be careful moving it around. And there you go. And I just add the same colours again. I just try and follow the colours. So some black there. Should just have about enough colours here. Silver. And go pewter with gunmetal silver there, just in there. And then you've got your opaque grey. Get your opaque grey, followed with some more black. And then you've got some more silver, your metallic silver. Let me hear the dove on my roof there. It's nesting away. Now, questions I've been asked quite a lot on the messenger there. How long does your paints take to dry? It's a good question. Obviously, it all depends. The temperature today here in the UK is about 21 degrees here, and that's about as hot as you want it. You don't want it to dry too fast. So metallics again. People say, how do you know when it's dry? Put my finger in it. That's a cardinal sin. Do not do that. What I do is I just keep a nice little bit of canvas aside with the same mix of paints I've got, and I test that. It's simple. It's the best way to do it. Just test that, put your finger in that, no problem. A lot of people have ruined paints by putting their finger in it. Looks dry, it's not dry, disaster. So just get any old wasted bit of canvas, a bit of cardboard, anything, put a bit of paints you've just used, and that's what I do. I've always done it that way. It works really well. And so in this temperature here, these paintings within 2 days are almost dry with the temperature. Obviously in the winter, I try and heat it up to that sort of temperature. So about 2021 is perfect. You have it too hot, it will dry too quickly. And if it's too cold, the paints just don't set, they run into each other. So this time of year is perfect. Very opaque. So that's your second coat on. So you may have to add to that in a minute once you've done your swipe and assess it. Some of pearl, I'm just going to add a tiny bit of pearl. Again in the middle, just underneath that. Just give it some highlights as I'm pulling through. And then repeat the process with your kitchen roll. So just wet the bottom edge. Now just try and pick on them blacks up there. And so take your time, let it settle. Let it suck the paint. And up you go. And these are what I call my reflection swipes. Courtney Holster, she called them the ghost swipes. A lot of people copied them, the ghost swipes. And she was excellent at that. And Catherine Osmore, if you haven't watched her stuff, I highly recommend watching her. She's an excellent artist. Takes it to another level. I'm nowhere in the league of her, but we get on quite well, me and her. We've done collaborations together. American artist in Florida. She's a great lady who's helped me out quite a lot. She's in Florida. Another good artist, another good friend of mine, Julie Vatcher. English artist, very talented. Again, they've all got YouTube channels. That's creating a nice effect, as you can see. Got some real nice lacing coming through there on the blacks. And the pearl white is the pearl into the black has created that. So no silicone oil on any of these. Never use silicone oil on any of my swipes, just don't need it. Of course, if you want to try it, try it. I just find it makes it a bit too busy for me. So just try these. Stunning effects. Once high glossed up with Liquid-X high gloss, 4 coats of that, and it's like a resin finish. And so especially if you're going to use the metallics, always go for that. But you can see there you're creating some stunning finishes there. These are the cool tones, really nice. These are going to be in this year. And again, you probably can't see it on camera, but the pearl white added in comes through the centre. And again, that'll give it a more interesting finish. As you've probably seen some of my work before on YouTube, I always finish my reflection pours off with a line through the middle with a palette knife. It's just my thing I do. I like it. It's my signature. Always put your own signature on your work. So just pull that last one through. So it's all about taking your time with these. That's your last swipe in, and then assess it if you want to add anything else. My camera's gone all over the place again. I'm sorry about this. It stands all over the place. Hopefully you better see that. Try and finish this quickly before the stand falls apart. So there is all your colours in. Now I'll just show you, I might tweak this as a finish, but I'll just show you now with my palette knife. So I just run it right through the centre, just to create a nice finish. And I normally start in the middle, here, that way, and that way. And that way you just drag. So nice and glided over. Just creates a bit more interest. And then this way. Bit cack-handed, I'm coming the other way. I'll just show you this way. I normally turn this round to do this, but I'm just trying to show you as quick as possible. And that way it just drags lightly, glide over. And this will all move in. And what I tend to do with this, with any silver paint left, I'll get a tiny bit on my palette knife and I'll just let that run through there. And that will just blend in. That will just blend into that void you've created. So that will just create a bit of interest to the finish painting. And you'll just see this is what I do in all my paintings. This is my signature finish. So scrape it off, you only want the paint on that top edge. And that way you're dragging some of the blacks, silvers, different greys into the other colours. So do that, dip it in, and then scrape off. You only want the paint on the top edge. Just to lay in and let the paint run off. Especially there, you get gold silvers coming through onto the golds. That makes a really nice finish there. And as this dries, this is going to move anyway. It's an interesting way of finishing paintings off. Just try it, bit of freehand. It's always good to get the palette knife out. That's where I started doing abstracts. Just with a palette. Then moved on to this form of art, which I really like. I was asked a question today from Linda. She asked me, do you have to use expensive products? No, you don't have to, but obviously I sell my artwork, so it's Winsor Newton canvases every time for me. They work really well. And good quality paints. Don't skimp, especially if you're going to sell your art. It makes all the difference. So there we go. I think I'll leave it there before my camera stand actually falls apart. It's about to go. Sorry, the camera angle's a bit odd on this last bit, but I think you've got the idea. So that's your cool tones, your monochrome reflection swipe with a line through the middle. It's quite nice. So you've got your blacks with your bit of lacing coming through the blacks, the silvers, the greys, the gunmetal, the pewters. A really nice finish. Okay, so we'll leave it there. Please subscribe to my channel, which is Nick Moreau Abstracts. You can find me on Facebook as well, and Instagram. And hope you enjoyed that. Say sorry about the camera, it's about to fall to pieces, but I think you've got the gist of what I was doing. So give that a try. Really interesting artwork, and once high glossed up, makes a stunning piece. So keep safe, guys. We will be through this very shortly. And stay safe, and we'll see you soon.